Thank you for joining us for Faith and Yoga. I'm Dixie. My husband Fred's here with me, and Aaron Porter, and we're at St. Bartholomew's. So we're glad you're joining us today. Last week we were working through transitions, and we're going to continue on this theme throughout the month of October. Transitions help with the shift into darker days and cooler temperatures. I'm sure you've noticed these little shifts in time and in the temperatures in the morning and in the evenings. Think of these transitions as nature's reminder to slow down. We think of the color yellow in a traffic light, and it means slow down. Back in the day, one of our favorite little jokes was from the sitcom Taxi, where Jim was taking his driver's test, and his question was, what does a yellow light mean? And someone was kind of helping him, and they would say, slow down. So then Jim would say, what does a yellow light mean? Of course it means to slow down. So that was a favorite old sitcom memory to revisit. But shorter days means less time for doing, more time for being still, for slowing down, for being quiet. And the increased darkness is our invitation to turn toward the light and God's Spirit within us. A time to set new intentions for the season ahead, and a reminder to find time for grounding and finding balance between movement and stillness. So last week I had some questions about finding more balance in your life, and this week we have some questions as well. And I've asked Aaron and Fred to share them. And Aaron, if you would be ready to come up and ask the question of the day.
My question is, what have I achieved this year?
So I would like you to think about that personally. What have you achieved this year in regards to your personal harvest? What has grown into full expression and brought you or me joy? And in your mind, I'd like you to start your thoughts with, I celebrate, fill in the blank, for an achievement or an accomplishment that you've had that has helped you in your personal harvest and what you were able to do, to grow, and to accomplish. I'm going to let you think about this for just a few minutes, and you can just sit quietly and meditate on that. We'll give you about 3 minutes for that. So Aaron, if you'd want to focus over here for about 3 minutes, and we'll let everyone think about their personal harvest. I celebrate. Fill in the blank. yourself to come back. I hope you found many things to celebrate in this past season. I know personally, if Fred doesn't mind me sharing this with him, he's come a long way with helping our own church family with some technical issues that were always hard and complicated before, and they're getting slightly easier, and I know we've worked on that. So I encourage you to pray for the things that you celebrated, and remember that God will always find a way to help you reach these goals. So I do have one more question, and Fred has that question to read to you today.
Good afternoon. My question is, which seeds have grown and which have not? This year we planted a tomato plant, which we've been doing the last couple years, and our tomato plant didn't grow like I expected it to. It was supposed to be a big boy, but as it turned out, it was not as big as what I expected. So
That's one way to think of seeds, although we still had tomatoes, and we still have small green tomatoes that are ripening and we're able to use as time goes on and they use. But I want to ask you again, what seeds have grown and which have not? Why have I been successful in some areas and not in others? What seeds of insight will I collect to replant successfully in the next season? In your mind, think, I nourish. Think of something you can nourish or a situation to help it come to a situation that you can celebrate in the next season. So once again, we're going to take 3 minutes to meditate and think of something that you have nourished. Letting yourself come back, and we'll get started with our yoga practice today. We've done some meditation, which that's wonderful. And once again, I hope you were able to find moments or situations that you celebrated and moments and situations where you'll nourish and work on things coming up. So let's get started with our breathing. Wherever it's most comfortable for you, you may either stand, or if you want to sit, I'm going to come to the mat in an easy seated position, and I invite you to join me there. And we'll start with some breathing. We'll breathe in for a count of 4, hold for just a minute. We'll be breathing in through the nose, and then an exhale with the chin coming down to chest after the exhale through mouth. So when you're ready, let's do an inhale through the nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold for just a moment. And exhale through your mouth for a count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. And exhale through your mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more rounds of this, please. I'll let you count on your own. When you're ready, let yourself come up. For some of us, that might be the first time all day we took a moment to be aware of our breath. The breathing in, the holding, and the exhaling. We do it so naturally. But when you do it and you're thinking of it, and do it consecutively for 5 rounds of that, it's said that oxygen gets into all parts and places of your body. Everything gets fed. So remember that if you're kind of feeling tired or sleepy and you need to keep going, just take a minute and do your breaths. So let's start with our eyes, looking up to the right corner of your room. Eyes look up, and let your eyes sweep down and across to the left bottom corner of the room or outside area that you are. And let's bring the eyes up to the left corner of the room, and then down to the right corner of the room. And remember, if you're spending most of your day on screen time, remember to take that break every 20 minutes. So let's close our eyes, easy. And let those eyes lids be gently closed if you're comfortable with that. And then slowly open them up. And let's do that one more time. And then let your chin come to chest, nice and easy. And back to center. Let your head look to your right. Back to center. To your chin to chest again. Back to center. To your left. Back to center, chin towards chest, and very, very gently, only if you're comfortable with it, let your head slowly and gently lean back. And return to center. Let's take our ear toward that right shoulder. Doesn't need to touch, just let it go over that way. And return to center. And let's take that left ear towards the left shoulder. And returning to center. Good. Let's bring our shoulders up towards our ears. So just bring them up. Shoulder lift and down. Just bring the right one up and down. Left one up and down. And now both. And let's do the both 3 times. That's 2. And one more time for 3. Good. Right arm goes up, bends at the elbow, comes behind the head. Left arm comes over, and give it a gentle tug toward the left side. I always really feel this, so that tells me I'm not using that part of my arm that often. So let that go and let it sweep down. And let's do the same with the left arm goes up, bend at the elbow, and give it a nice gentle pull over. And gently release and let it come down. Both arms go up. Let's do a gentle lean to the right side, to the center, and to the left. Back to the center. And arms come down in front again. Let's take those arms open wide and bring them back a little farther. Start to open up that chest and bring them across with an embrace. And open up. This time, other arm on the top. And open up. Good. Once again, let's let those arms go up. This time, interlace the fingers. And let's turn the knuckles toward the head. And let's push up. And now let's lean to the right. Back to center. And to the left. And back to center. Okay, arms come down. You put your legs out in front of you. And we'll start at the bottom and work up with our legs. So let's flex our feet and then point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And then let your legs open out to either side. And if you're able, just make a circle with your feet. And now make that circle go in the opposite direction. Okay. Let's bend our knees. And well, let's just do one knee at a time. Bend that right knee. Bring that knee in towards you. Put your left hand on that right knee. Right arm comes behind, and we'll do a turn around, a spinal twist. Make sure you're seated upright. We'll take 3 breaths here. Maybe you can deepen your twist with your next breath. Good. Come back around, gently unwind. And let's bring that left leg up. Pull it in towards your chest. Right hand comes around and holds the knee. Left hand comes behind you. And take a turn towards the left for 3 breaths. And gently let yourself unwind. Feet are still out in front. We're going to do a staff position. So this is staff. We're going to let our arms come up. We're going to bend at the waist and reach for the toes, exhaling as we go down. We're going to hold for 3 breaths, so 1 more deep breath in. And exhale out. As you exhale, see if you can let yourself fall forward a little bit more. And we're going to come back up again. And we're going to do that staff pose 1 more time. When you're ready, bend at the waist and down. Oh, I went a little farther that time. I bet you did too. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting the spine lengthen and relax. You shouldn't be feeling too much tension or stress on any parts. This is just a warm-up. And if you only get to here, that's great. But if you can go all the way down, you do get a better stretch. But do what you can do and what feels good for your body. One more breath. And when you exhale, let your body pull forward and deeper. Good. When we move up from the staff position, let's bring the soles of our feet together. And we'll do the cobbler pose here. And you work your thighs like a butterfly wing. Remember to check your posture. How's that head doing? Is it towards the ceiling? Is your back fairly nice and straight? Let's do 3 breaths here. Good. We're going to transition ourselves, so we're going to be lying back on the mat. Lying back, let yourself have a good stretch all the way. And point your toes while you do this. And give your hands a wiggle. And then bring that right foot in, sole of the feet to the mat, and let's reach and pull that into our chest. We'll do 3 breaths. And now we're going to loosen that hip up a little bit with doing some hip circles. We're going to be doing each direction, so you choose what feels best for you to get started. But then know that we're going to be reversing it in the other direction. And if you haven't yet, maybe you want to think about going the reverse direction. And then come to a stillness. And give that knee another gentle pull in towards your chest. And when you're ready, just release that leg. And you can inhale, pull the left knee in towards your chest. We'll do 3 breaths here. You might find, and I know I do, that one side, like this left side, is a lot easier and a lot more mobile than the right side for whatever reason. It's just how we're made. But take advantage and take heart that one side will be different than the others for many people. ready, let's do the hip circle. And when you're ready, reverse that hip circle. And come to stillness and bring another gentle pull of that knee into your chest. And you can release that leg, and once again, take a nice gentle stretch up. While we're still reclined, we're going to try the reclined cobbler, or just position your legs so the soles of your feet together are together in a reclined cobbler pose or butterfly pose. And just let your legs stretch like that for just a few moments. And 2 more breaths here. We're going to put the soles of our feet back down on the mat, and we're going to put the left foot on top of the knee and let it stretch like that as well. It's the start of the reclined pigeon. And when you're ready, just lift that right foot and put your hands behind your knee and just pull that towards your chest. Breathing in and out. We'll do 3 breaths here. Good. And let the right foot come back down. Transition the left foot down. This time right foot goes on top of left knee. Just let it there for a little bit, let it stretch. And when you're ready, lift that left leg. Hands go behind the knee and pull that in towards your chest for a gentle stretch. We'll do 3 breaths here as well. When you're ready, you can replace that foot. And just to keep that stretch nice and open, let the soles of the feet come together again and let those thighs stretch out. We're going to transition to tabletop. So however you want to move yourself around. So you're in tabletop position. In tabletop, spread your hands wide. Starfish hands, knees are hip distance apart. You should be able to look back and not see your toes, and the toenails are against the mat. So we're going to do our cat and cows here. So as you do the cow, the belly drops, you inhale, gaze looks up. Exhale, cat. Draw that belly button into your spine. The spine rounds up. Arms push away and go straight like a Halloween cat. Let that belly drop. Inhale, cow looks up. When you're ready, exhale, cat. And then come back to neutral here. We're going to thread the needle, so we're going to bring the arm up right arm towards the sky and replace it. We're going to warm that left one up too and get it ready. Lift that up and replace. This time, a little more effort for getting that right hand extended and thread the needle through the space where the left arm is. Chin comes or cheek comes to mat. Straighten up that left arm and pull that right arm through. Back in tabletop position. The left arm comes up a little bit higher than the previous time and back through the space created by the right arm. One more breath here. And push up with that right arm and unthread your needle. We need to do a child's pose for just a moment here before we get started. Let your toes come together and knees separate and down to a child's pose. Letting your arms reach out in front of you. Walking your hands over to the right side of the mat. In child's pose and stretch.